Hello everyone, I'm your host Connor the Necromancer, welcoming you back to Let's Play Neverwinter Nights. Previously on, we started to explore this crypt, and what did we find? Not a whole lot, but this episode we will. We'll find out the source of all this, and we're gonna do some Lich hunting. We're gonna kill a Lich, guys. Get hyped. So I'm back and rested, because I know this is gonna be a rough fight, so. Hello there, Lich. How are you today? Oh, brother something. Good name, good name. Shows up. Oh, Lena, you were not supposed to stay there. You were 100% not allowed to stay there. If you're Lena, please turn the undead. Please turn the undead. Please turn the undead. Please turn them. Please turn them. Lena, I believe in you. Do it. Oh god. No, I don't want him coming after me. He can just stay. Brother Torres. Oh, he just casted haste. That's not good. That's... Oh. It just gets worse and worse as he casts haste. And he... What? Stop it! Oh, okay, we're gonna be right back. Oh, man. See, I told you, this guy's gonna be a little bit of work. So, new plan, once he's finished with all his negative spells, I don't need that kind of negativity in my life, we're gonna teleport back so we can just remove them all instantly. And then go feel safe. There we go, that's what you're supposed to do last time, we knew. See negative effects like those. Do we need to leave right now? Did I die? Oh! Good. Linu was fortunately spared, unsurprisingly, from all his effects. I'm just waiting for the Boots of Haste, which I know exist in this game, and I had them in Chapter 3. I know this is Chapter 2, but... Okay, listen here, bub. Oh, fudge my life. Oh, he spammed that spell again. He has a few instances. Oh, that spell breaks. Oh, so does that. You're a funny guy. Funny guy. See. Okay, that worked better though. That worked better. Oh, and then you did it again. Yes! Victory never felt so sweet. About a million potions later, a bunch of recalls, probably $1,000+ down the drain, we finally defeated such a cheap enemy. Isn't that great? Isn't that fantastic? Now you have to be careful here because that stuff is trapped, and that will hurt you. And if didn't save after, you'll have to fight him again, and that would be no fun whatsoever. So, pro tip right now, the best way to deal with fear, because a lot of enemies have an aura of fear later, and my character gets afraid very easily, is the best way is just use a potion of clarity. That way they cannot do anything up against you. Otherwise, I think he had a higher aura of fear or whatnot, because it took a million plus years for it to evolve. Let us go back to that creepy creeper McCreep and give him this book. Actually, we should probably read it first, shouldn't we, before we go away. A heavy and tattered tome is labeled with a large and ancient rune that translates simply to life. Among it, more interesting passages fall. By using an endurance element spell to protect their essence, a fanberry, a quartz crystal can be combined. The most powerful magical energy that results from this union can be used to craft a magical ring. So, there's a bit of alchemy for you. That we may or may not do, because I may or may not forget about it. But that's okay, you'd still like it all the same. So, we got a lot to do, because believe me, I'm gonna cut out all of my failed attempts. I'll show you probably the first one, which I died, and then 50 million more. Because it's just frustrating with him, because he stone skins himself, hastes himself, and then can throw about 475 million fireballs at you at once. Not very fair. Let's go back to this guy, caretaker. See if I can remember his voice.
Good day.
I've got work to do, especially with you messing up my grounds. Leave me be, damn it. What do you know about this tome I found in the tomb? So that's what Grandpappy was talking about, was he? Just looks like a tattered old cookbook to me. Smells like an old sock to boot. I don't know nothing that would help you out. Why don't you ask that woman that was asking all about it, Luta, no, Tura, I said her name was, from Port Last. Or burn it or donate it to some school where young and wizards like to poke their tiny nose in places that don't belong. I have my graveyard to take care of, damn it. Off with ye. So yes, that is, I think, the mage quest of this chapter is just to retrieve that book. So we can give it to her, you know, we're not horrible human beings often. Sometimes we are though, sometimes we're not. We should probably look around here for that. What was a werewolf? Oh, is that a polar bear? Okay.
Goddess, take you
Their
now!
thick white fur, a product of their northern climate. These graceful and powerful hunters are a rarity, even in their natural habitat. Well, they're even more rare in this habitat. Jeez.
Alright, dear. I'm getting to it.
Thanks, lady. I know I told you to. It's not really much of a... Ooh, a campfire and a cave. I think we found our first werewolf. Yep, there's this potion in the campfire. Makes a lot of sense. Ouch. Get wrecked, dire. Oh, whoa. He's dead too, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what his name was. North Road Cave. Oh, there's a little... Boss music's going on, you know what that means. There's a boss fight coming up. We're gonna need some healing after this.
Alright, dear. I'm getting to it.
Yep, oh, that gives it away too. Werewolf Lair. And the boss music just stopped before we even got to the boss. Come here, direwolf. Let's not trigger the werewolf in the process.
Take you now!
It doesn't look like he's there, actually. Perhaps this is the cave of the main werewolf. Or maybe we just haven't activated him yet. Who knows? The air smells strongly of wolf, but has signs of human activity. Whatever lives here is not currently home. Journal fragment. Read. There seems to be a fragment of someone's journal. The only words I can make out are, I have hunted him for years, and with a simple bite he has turned me into the very thing I hate. I cannot bear it with all those boys. If all those boys remain werewolves, I shall go and try to discover what happened to them. Till I find them, I will not return to this cave. This prison where I must pay for my mistakes. The cave where this was found shows signs of human activity, though the writer seems to be vacated for the time being. So this is where we find the last werewolf. Surprise, surprise. Oh. Good job, werewolf, for dropping that. Is this one trapped as well?
All right, dear.
I guess it kind of
I'm
makes
getting
sense.
to it. All done here.
Good job, us. We were successful in this endeavor of the quest. Come on, Lenu, break that chest.
All done here.
Good job, Lenu. Take that gold and run away. Yep, I already triggered that little description. Alright, so I'm thinking we'll head back to Port Lost. And let's go talk to some people. I recall dropping off the thing with Erebeth. I obviously could not have. I might not have. Because I'm a wee bit crazy. Very good mercenary. Let's see. Okay, we'll never know what his rank was. That's fine. Hey Erebeth. Did I give you this yet?
I am pleased to see that you remain safe, Have you yet discovered any new information on the cult?
I've located some information about the cult.
This is good news. What have you discovered?
No, I didn't. That's exactly what his journal looked like.
So the cult was responsible for stirring up the humanoids in the hills? You are to be commended for putting an end to that danger indeed.
Thank you.
While this information you bring is incredibly valuable, it still does not tell us where the cult is based. We need that information if we are to strike at them.
Well, ready to ruin the mood here, Beth.
Fortunately, it does mention where more cultists may be found. Charwood and the Neverwinter Woods. Search those places, perhaps, for the information we seek.
My plan already.
Have you found any other information?
Not
then
yet.
I wish you luck.
Alright, I think we can talk to him more about...
I am pleased to see that you remain safe, my friend.
Okay.
Have you yet discovered any new information on the cult?
You look tired. Have you been sleeping well?
Why do you ask me that? The spy master put you up to this, didn't he?
No, he didn't.
I see.
It's the one thing I
suppose
did.
My state is obvious enough. Aaron is far more concerned than is warranted, however. Certainly a few bad dreams are not a reason to become alarmed.
Depends what the dreams are about.
The servants claim I speak in my sleep and say frightening things. They creep about me cautiously, like I have gone mad. And Aaron pays their superstitious twitterings far more heed than he should. After all that has happened with the plague and Fenthic, I think a disturbing dream or two is not so surprising, wouldn't you agree?
Perhaps you've gone mad. Completely correct. No, it's not surprising at all.
Finally, someone with some sense. I keep telling Aaron that these strange dreams are nothing to be concerned over, but he insists on treating me like an invalid.
OMG.
These dreams shall pass in time. There are far more important matters to worry over than how I am sleeping.
You don't sound very convinced.
Now you too? Has the world gone mad, or is it me? These dreams are disturbing and frightening, but they shall pass. They are my burden to bear and no one else's.
Why don't you tell me about these dreams? Maybe it'll help.
Perhaps you are right. Having the perspective of another on these dreams may not be a bad idea.
Continue.
I am falling in the dream. Always falling. Surrounded by a heavy blackness which chokes and drowns me. Grasping hands reach out to me, and the voices, a cacophony of whispers that plead to me for help. And then I see a shrouded figure. It is Fenthic. He is walking away from me, and I run to catch him, but always he eludes me in the darkness. The voices get so much louder. They are accusing me, blaming me, and I feel ashamed, though I do not know what I am being blamed for. I cry out for help, for them to stop their assault, but I go unheeded.
I don't mean to ruin the mood, but I'm kind of glitching into my cape here, so it's very kind of embarrassing.
And then I catch up to the figure, and I see that it is not Fenthic. He turns and gazes at me with sad eyes, and I know it is Tyr. And then my god turns his back on me. These are my dreams. Perhaps now you can understand why I have not wished to discuss them. I am frightened of what they may mean.
That's understandable. It would frighten me as well.
That's kind of you to say. I am glad I told you at least. It makes the dream seem a bit smaller now.
Good.
I do feel better for it, thank you. I am reminded a little of how I was introduced to the Paladin life. You should ask me to tell you the tale sometime.
I just might.
Until then, however, let's return to the subject of your task. That is something we can focus on at least.
Yep.
Go with
Good
Tyr's
talk, good
blessing
talk.
then, and be safe.
Alright, I think we'll wrap up this video by talking to Lena and see what she
Hey
has to
there,
say.
dear. What can I do for you?
I just want to talk for a while. I love chatting with you, but don't you think we should focus on your mission right now? Tell me, how do you like being an adventurer? I always wanted to be an adventurer, Connor. I have a natural curiosity about everything, and all I wanted to experience, the things I read in the books. But I am from Everseka, the home of philosophers, mages, scholars, and students of mysteries. Adventurous souls are few, and they are often looked down upon. Except one. Oh, who was it? Sif Laniral was a handsome, charismatic, intelligent, adventurous archaeologist. He was respected within Eversea Sky and other intellectual circles, like in places like Waterdeep. He is considered the most eligible bachelor in Eversea. Your husband? Actually, I didn't like him at first. I was reading a text on ancient race one night in the temple library. The author was writing about his adventure seeking lost relics in exotic, dangerous locales. I slammed the book on the table, calling the author a liar, pompous fool. Another elf was sitting on the table near to me, with his face in a book. He asked me what I was reading. I told him the name of the book, and he laughed. In my youthful arrogance, I went on a list of large number of errors in the author's logic. Was it really that bad? When I finished, he refused to refute every point. Oh, he began to refute every point I had made. It was, I quickly discovered, Seneth Laniral. When I realized this mistake I had made, I screamed from the room. Despite my blundering, I must have made an impression on him, for when he pursued me from that day on, eventually he won my heart, though only through an act which almost cost him his life. What did he do? Let us not talk of such things right now, sweet Connor. We must hunt down the cult responsible for the Wailing Death. Perhaps we can speak of this later, when the time is right. So, she just went depressing on us, and I think on that beautiful, depressing note, we're gonna wrap up this episode. Thank you to everyone who joined us for Neverwinter Nights. I hope to see you all back here again. I hope you have a wonderful day. See you guys later.